So, couple of quotes have been on my mind lately quite a bit that seem to just strike true with me for the majority of my life. One is when one teaches, two learn, and the other one is when a student is ready, a teacher appears. And so, as I kind of start this journey on getting out of my shelf and documenting whether my drills and organization or experience, and some of them hopefully more random and funny stuff, it's like every step you take, the next step presents itself. It's very similar. I read recently a book to the Indiana Jones, where he has to cross this ravine or the canyon, and he takes a step, and there's a little stone that just appears out of nowhere, and he steps on that, and the next one appears, and the next one, and so forth, and then he crosses over. And part of the problem, part of the issue that we all have as we try to go forward, or at least I have, that we try to make everything perfect and try to make everything, understand everything that we do. And as I just finished the double under drills, like, it's not, you can't understand it until you do, just like you can't understand how to drive a car until you drive a car. You can read every book on earth and understand it in theory, but until you actually drive it, it's not the same. And so, as I go on onto this journey, one of the issues with big projects, I've been getting a little bit overwhelmed just because there's so many ideas and so much stuff, and I realize that as organized as I am, I need to become not just more organized, but elevate my thinking to our next level and put new processes and structures in place, because the old way got me to where I am, but it's not going to get me to where I want to be. I need to become more efficient at teamwork and organizing, less managing and more leading. And that's just, we have to just step up or shut up, or, life kind of passes us by. Because one thing I'm definitely learning as I go along, we all have a gift to a certain extent. We all have a calling or something, or a challenge that not necessarily fully define who we are, but through stories of the challenge and through the experience of it, we can come through it and become something else, or use it to help others. And I think that part of the whole thing is, if you're given that gift or that challenge that you have overcome or overcoming, because a lot of times it's a process that never really ends, if we don't share it, if we don't try to help others, then I feel like life, not necessarily will curse us, but there's a price to pay. And if you're given a talent by God, universe, whatever you call it, and you don't use it, like, there's a penalty for that. And so I'm trying to kind of rectify and rack my brain around, and the teacher, the kind of presenting itself, it always comes kind of like the opportunity comes sideways. It has presented, and so now as I go forward with my project, there's a new way of thinking that I'm going to implement and I'm learning about, and we'll see where it leads, but I just wanted to kind of sit down and talk about. And the whole, when one teaches, two learn, every time I teach somebody something, I learn a lot about them and learn about me, and new ideas kind of come up as well. And so we constantly learn and evolve. One thing I wanted to go over too, so kind of as part of the learning process about video, I got my gym camera already, which is a Canon, Digital Rebel T5i, and I got the, as Monique not so kindly called this thing, as you can imagine what she's called it, I got like the cold shoe shotgun mic. And then this thing I haven't used yet, it's called a Dead Cat, but it goes over here, it's a wind deflector. I do like the name, the Dead Cat, even though it's kind of mean. And then now I'm trying to use my phone with the lav mic, because it makes for much better audio quality. And so some of the sit-down conversation I'll probably record this way, because I just like it better and it's less audio editing for me. But I want to record part of this too this way. Maybe I'll look back if I end up with having some kind of a solid, serious rig, and just laugh at where it all kind of began. And part of it, I don't actually really want to get anything more serious and more professional, because I already got, stands and tripods and things like that. And as a Russian, like, I feel like it's a little too nice. Like, there's not enough, duct tape and wood, and somehow I feel like I have to incorporate that into my creative process rather than just having off the shelf proper stuff that's all official and legit, and somehow I need to build some kind of a weird homemade contraption for this whole thing as my duty to society would be. So we're gonna play with that and kind of see how it goes.